Illiteracy. Illiteracy is the lack of knowing how to read and write. It also means the lack of having education or poor quality education. Not only is illiteracy a problem by itself, there are many other issues that can come out of this. Poverty, crime, and war are some of the global problems we face that can be overcome if everyone was literate and was able to protect him or herself. Illiteracy is a well-known world problem. Can you believe the number of illiterate people in the world is 4 times the population of the United States of America? Being illiterate from a young age is bad for any child's future. In school, kids are not only taught to read, write, and do math, they are also taught what is right from wrong. So, illiteracy will continue to be a source of problems well into their adult lives. While illiteracy is considered a major world problem, and most of us think that only poor countries have this issue, you will be surprised to know that there are many local organizations in our towns and neighborhoods. This means, even in America, there are many people who cannot read or write to function effectively in their lives. So imagine how many illiterate people there are in poor countries. If anyone thinks about it, being able to read and write is a gift. How would you feel if you did not know how to read books, signs, or even simple phrases written down? How would you feel if you did not know how to communicate with others by texting, emailing, or sending letters? If you were in that situation, you would feel sad, left out, and not a part of the community. Many people are in that situation. It is sad to think that some families are unfortunate not to have enough money for education. Sometimes it's not even the person's fault if they're illiterate. There are many examples of this, and a few are lack of motivation in the family to see that literacy is promoted, having an illiterate family, or having your parent being laid off with a young child who can't get education. So, this can become a never-ending cycle because illiterate parents are less likely to send their child to school. Illiteracy has been around since the idea of speaking, reading, and writing in a language. In the world, the highest illiteracy rates are found in Africa and Asia. In the early 1900s, about 44% of the world's population was illiterate. This means almost half the world did not know how to read and write. Later, in the 1970s, the world's illiteracy rate dropped to 32.5%. This was better, but not good enough. Due to population growth, illiteracy rates do not come down as quickly as we would expect. During the 1990s, the rate dropped to about 27%. By 1998, the rate dropped to a good amount, 16%. In 2001, Luis Soriano, a Colombian grade school teacher, decided to make a difference over weekends. He took 2 well-trained donkeys and collected books by putting them into pouches on the donkeys. He donated the books to the poor and uneducated parts of his country. This simple but amazing effort has given many kids the opportunity to read. After this event, many people heard of it worldwide. People liked the idea of helping literacy, and many people tried to do something related to his idea. The illiteracy rate was supposed to go up by a little in the 21st century, and that is what it did. Now, according to UNESCO, about 18% of the world cannot read or write. This is about 800 million to nearly 1 billion adults and kids. People that are illiterate are spread out around the world. Being illiterate also leads to other problems, and that is why many of the hunger deaths are in Africa and Asia. The way to get out of poverty is to have a job, and to have a job, one needs to be literate. Several local, national, and international organizations are trying to send books to people in places where they can't get good education. One organization is called the Global Literacy Project, also called the GLP. The point of the GLP is to get more people reading around the world. They send books to Africa, Asia, and the Caribbean. GLP also gives advice to people on how to help this issue. Any student or teacher can look for unused or extra books and textbooks in a school. Pens, pencils, notebooks, and calculators are also useful. Then they can send the items to one of the stations of GLP in America. Another organization that helps literacy is the Rotary International. There are many of these Rotaries stationed around the world, and there is even one near us, in Carmel. The International Rotary does many deeds for people that are illiterate. They provide books and other educational items around the world to illiterate kids. They build and support schools. Also, they tutor students, train teachers, and design literacy programs for schools. The Rotary Club gives you ideas to help improve literacy rates too. Even busy sports players help support literacy. Rajiv Ram, a pro tennis player, does charity work. Every December, he takes part in a charity event called Entourage for Kids that collects money for the Hamilton County Community Tennis Association, or the HCCTA. The HCCTA promotes a local organization called the Indy Reads. The objective of this charity is to collect money to donate books to the local area children. Indy Reads is yet another local organization with the goal that is, make Indiana 100% literate. Indy Reads uses volunteers to provide basic literacy tutoring to illiterate and semi-literate adults. They offer services such as one-on-one tutoring and group sessions for the local neighborhood communities. Illiteracy is a major world problem, but its rates can be lowered. Anyone who wants to make a difference can call a Rotary nearby their city to donate books to the needy. If you have family members in different countries, you can give them unneeded books and ask them to donate them to kids in their country. To collect books, you can call family or friends. You can also go around your neighborhood and ask people you know for some books. Illiteracy can be overpowered. If everyone helps, we can change the world.